Shut the kitchen door and then we can get started. No, Philippe is going to stay in as well. So you are not, sometimes orientations can be a little small just based off of the timing of things, but that just means we get a one-on-one opportunity. All right, so it is about 1. So we'll go ahead and get started. And also because Yassine will be coming back in to teach another tech class later this afternoon. He'll be starting at 2. So I want to just make sure that I have plenty of time for him to get set up for his class as well. So we will go ahead and begin, and I'll try and kind of roll through here. Full disclosure, I have a habit of talking a little fast. So if you guys need me to slow down or repeat anything, please just let me know. And I'll take questions as they come up. So I personally will forget my question by the end of class usually. So if you're anything like me and you would like to ask a question, feel free to do so while we're kind of rolling through here. But as I mentioned, we'll have an opportunity for questions as well at the very end. And if there's any questions that you guys come up with that I actually do not know the answers to off the top of my head, I'll write them down and I'll make sure that they get asked to the people who need to hear them so that I can have the right answer for you guys. All righty. So first and foremost, welcome to orientation. I'm Liz. Obviously, I think most of us know who I am or have met me once or twice. So that's awesome. I will be showing you guys our kwbresources.com webpage, which is our Ballantyne Market Center webpage. It's not Keller Williams as a whole. This is specifically for our market center, and it's one that we've created. So it kind of details everything Ballantyne in one convenient spot. So again, that website is kwbresources.com. If you're not familiar with it already, I would highly recommend taking a trip to look at it later, especially after you guys have had the opportunity to kind of see what I'm going to show you today and just where you can find some of those resources. You obviously do not need to follow along with a laptop today, but just take notes if they seem of value to you. And at the end of this, also, there will be a recording posted to our YouTube channel, so you guys can always revisit. And I always tell people that you can always slow me down if you need me to talk slower through the YouTube video. That's the nice thing. But as I mentioned, this is kwbresources.com. As soon as you type that into your URL search bar, that's going to immediately take you to our homepage here. The first thing I'm going to show you on this homepage is our new agent tab. If you were to click on the new agent tab, on the left-hand side here under getting started, if you click learn more, it will actually take you to a quick little checklist here that just details a bit more of onboarding to you. So it gives you an idea of whether you've completed onboarding or whether you are in the midst of onboarding. It'll give you an idea of what will be asked of you, who will be reaching out, when they'll be reaching out to you. It just gives you a little taste of what you can expect. If you guys have completed onboarding, that's amazing that you don't necessarily need to reference this sheet as frequently. But I do recommend taking a look at the bottom here because there are things you can begin doing immediately. Even if you are in the middle of onboarding, you are also more than welcome to start doing these things immediately because they will kind of lend a hand into helping you feel comfortable here and get the ball rolling. The first is obviously navigating this website. The second thing on our list here is to start attending office meetings by checking out the calendar. This is obviously orientation, so congratulations, you've done one of them. So we'll go ahead and knock that one out today, but there are several other meetings on there that we encourage you to attend as new agents because we do think that they help set the stage and help give you some information when you're first starting out. But there are also some really great trainings and on top of that just accentuate to it. And you guys can have the opportunity to do that to learn new things to implement into your business as well. The next thing on our list here is to join Ignite. So if you guys are not already in Ignite, which I know, Philippe, you are in Ignite, you've got your name tag still set up. I love it. So if you are not yet in Ignite, we will be beginning again in January. Those dates have not quite yet been established, but they will be established here in the next couple of weeks. So if you do plan to take Ignite, we look forward to obviously having you there. But Ignite is 20 whole sessions. It's Monday through Friday. 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. all of those days. It doesn't need to be completed chronologically. So if you did want to start participating as soon as possible, you can start coming into the remaining sessions. I believe they wrap up next Friday. So please join us for as many sessions as you'd like. And then if not, if it's easier and better for your schedule to wait till January, that is perfect as well. But like I said, these are 20 session classes that just really help to lay the foundation for starting your real estate career. We joke in the office that Ignite is everything that real estate school didn't teach you. So because there's probably some things that you were like, oh, I really thought I would have learned that. And you didn't quite learn it in school, but Ignite is going to be taught by some of our top producing agents here in this office, and they'll be able to give you their own stories and experiences working in this market. So I highly recommend Ignite to anyone. Joining our Facebook pages is the next thing here on our list, and I will go over some of those Facebooks with you. I believe everyone may already be a part of them, but there's two specifically I'm going to point out to you if you're not already a part of them. Attending office meetings, as I said, which awesome. You guys are already here for one, which is amazing. And the last thing on our list here is registering your car with Torrington Preferred Parking. So as you've noticed, we do have several visitor spots outside that you're welcome to use. It's very unlikely, truthfully. I've never seen anyone get towed here. It's very unlikely. I always just suggest that you register your car if you plan to be here more than a few times a month, because there are only so many visitor spots. It can be inconvenient for you guys to try and hunt them down and want you walking all the way across the complex just to have a visitor spot. But just registering your car, it is free to you. You can register up to 3 vehicles under the same tag information, and you'll submit that to Torrington, and then Torrington will actually hand deliver a pass here to our office for you for whenever that comes through. And you'll just go ahead and hang it in your mirror and you'll be all set. But the important thing to note is that when that pass is dropped off, it will be actually placed in your mail folder. And that's part of why I like to talk about this so much, is because I like to point out that you do have a mail folder. That is not something everyone walks in knowing. So you do have a mail folder here in the office. Just to the right of Sue's desk up front, there's a small room with a purple wall similar to this one. And you will see that there is a series of filing cabinets alphabetized by your last name. So any mail that you ever have dropped off to this office will actually end up in your mail folder. It'll be dropped into your mail folder. Any packages you have sent will be dropped off in there as well. Sue will usually send you an email if a package has been delivered on your behalf, so you just know that you can come pick it up at any time. And for your mail folder, one of the most specific things, or a great example, is your South Carolina license. If you guys go on to get your South Carolina license, which we obviously super awesome for you guys, we would be so excited for you guys to have that. But when that is dropped off, they do actually prefer to bring it to the firm rather than sending it to your personal address. So if you guys do choose to go that route and get a dual license, then that's where you will actually find that South Carolina license. Is when it is dropped off, it will be put in your mail folder. So like I said, this just kind of covers some of the basics of onboarding and gives you a little insight as to things you can start doing just to familiarize yourselves with the office and how it functions. But a little bit more information will be shared here as well. So this is still under our new agent tab here. If you were to click on learn more on the right-hand side, under basic training, it will actually take you to Scott Leroy's website. So one thing I will mention now is that you'll notice there's several different ways to get to the same information on this webpage. So if one stands out to you as being super convenient, or you think that that's going to be the one you find yourself using, write that down. Obviously, you don't have to stress about remembering the deep depths of where I went to try and find Scott Leroy. There's much easier ways to get to it later. But because we're already here, I'm going to go ahead and show you. Scott Leroy Marketing is our third-party marketing consultant, and they're who set up all of your Keller Tech Cloud setup. So they gave you your email, your login information, your website, all that great stuff and more. But that's not where their support ends. The great thing about Scott Leroy is they are incredibly useful and helpful for you guys, especially if you're trying to troubleshoot for your technology. We do have 2 in-house tech coordinators, Jules and Leah. They actually started with Scott Leroy and have several years background with them. So they are also very, very knowledgeable and helpful to talk to. But if you guys are looking for immediate assistance on anything, I actually always recommend that you reach out to support@scottleroymarketing.com, because they are so quick to get back to you. You'll hear back from them within 24 hours, and usually your situation will be resolved by then as well. So highly recommend keeping close contact with Scott Leroy, especially as you're trying to figure out your tech. If anything doesn't seem right or you just need assistance with something, they're also happy to help with some of those services. But as I mentioned, they've got plenty of great information on their website as well, because they are so familiar with the ins and outs of Keller Williams technology. One of the things I like to show you guys now is that if you were to go under agent resources and under their training calendar, you can click here. It will ask you to say your market center number. Our market center number is 350, and that's a number you'll see repeated a lot here. So as you notice it, that's exactly where it comes from. But this will break down a Monday through Friday training calendar. They do offer live trainings. They are through Zoom, but from 1 to 2 p.m. every single day. So if there's ever something that you're trying to learn more about, this is a great place for you to check just to see if they're talking about it anytime in the near future. We do offer in-class or in-house tech trainings as well. but those are usually every Tuesday, and we are newly rolling out one actually next month that will be a tech orientation class for you guys as new agents, just to get comfortable using your technology as a base. So I would highly recommend attending that class. But if there's ever a time that maybe Jules and Leah's class just doesn't work well for your schedule, so you won't be able to make it this week, or maybe they're talking about command, but you want to learn more about Facebook ads, do reference this calendar, because there's plenty of opportunity for you guys to get very well versed with the technology and even Facebook ads, different things that you could be using to implement into your business. Maybe they're not specific to how to navigate commands, but they are helpful and things that you could be using. So do recommend checking out this calendar if you're ever looking for live training. Some people don't always learn well from the tutorial style. They'd rather hear an instructor speak to them directly. So this is a great spot for you guys to check. And the next thing I'm going to show you guys, I only touch on a couple things, although there is plenty on here to keep you occupied. What I will show you is under the store option here. If you were to click on store, what it will do is it will pull you to the agentstore.com. Agentstore.com is where I highly recommend you guys check if you were looking for business cards, name tags, anything like that. They've got pre-done templates that are Keller Williams. So it just makes it that much easier. So maybe if you're not like a high creative mind and you just want something super simple, make it easy. They do have several options. You can customize the finish, you can customize corners. So they do let it be a little bit more you specific. You have opportunities to customize within, but it is an easy way for you just to knock it out. Also through our partnership with Scott Leroy, they do offer a really great deal for you guys. I know for myself personally, I was able to order 500 business cards and it only cost $39. So if that's something that you are looking towards getting done now that you guys have established yourself as an agent with Keller Williams, please do check out Agent Store. You are not limited to using Agent Store. You're welcome to go through Vistaprint if you are creative and you want something that stands out and is different. Always recommend starting here, but you're welcome to do other options. I do suggest though, if you do go a different route and use Vistaprint, whatever your final design is before you print it, share that design with Tasha and Sabra, our BIC and BIC associate, because they're going to be able to look at it, make sure it's legally all right, approve it for you, and then you can print. I say that because I would hate for you guys to print 500 and then find out you were missing something that legally had to be on the card, and then you are out $39 on 500 business cards. So do keep Tasha and Sabra in communication with you as you are at least getting the business cards done. I always recommend doing that, especially as provisional brokers. There are things that you guys are required to have on there. So just touch base with Sabra and Tasha. But like I said, those templates do have most of that information already on there, which is phenomenal. It saves you the hassle. A little bit further down, we do have the information about those Facebook pages that we briefly touched on. This first one here is our internal Keller Williams Valentine Facebook page. I actually shared this link with you guys in a welcome email that had rainbow balloons. I do that because it's easy to reference and say, look at the email with rainbow balloons. But so this Facebook page is actually going to be leadership staff, as well as all the agents in our market center. So it's a really, really great opportunity for you guys to privately communicate with each other. So if you guys are looking for a specific search, you're saying, hey, my client wants 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms in Valentine. I can't find anything on MLS. What do you have? People who have listings coming up, they'll let you know right then and there, anything like that. Another really great thing is that I will be posting in there probably more than you ever want to see, but I'll be telling you about everything that's going on in the market center, the trainings we've got coming up, along with links so you can just scroll through Facebook and get signed up for everything you want. Try to make it as easy as possible for you there. But again, it's a really great way for you guys to get plugged in. I know that COVID has kind of made things a little weird. We are finally kind of stepping back into the normal and getting back in person. But if you guys are ever out of the office and you do want to communicate, that's been a great platform to do it because you can get in touch with so many agents at the touch of a button. The next thing here is our strategic alliance partners. This one I have not shared with you guys yet. So this is another page I would highly recommend doing or joining because this page actually is built up of our agents and our vendor partners. So we do have a very strong vendor partner program here. We have vetted vendors that we work very carefully to make sure are great people and offer great services. So as they become vetted and part of our program, what we do is we suggest that they join this Facebook page. So any of those people you can find on our Facebook page. So especially when you're first starting out, maybe you don't know 3 plumbers to suggest to your client, and that's okay. What you can do is not only search through our Facebook page, but you can even just type plumber, and anybody who's ever been a vetted vendor with us will populate right there. You'll be able to access their services, also get their contact information and share that with your clients to get them a quick quote. So I just recommend being a part of that. And you never know if somebody's going to be posting about deals that they're offering. So that's a great opportunity for you guys as well to get connected and stay involved in what our vendors are offering you and your clients. A little further down, we actually, if you were to click on this button, it will take you to another PDF actually, and it is known as Kellerisms. Kellerisms is a handout that actually is offered through Ignite as well. And Kellerisms breaks down all of the language that you'll hear here at Keller Williams. You may notice that an MCA is nothing you've ever heard of before, and that's okay. Keller Williams does like to make their own language, which has worked amazing. But when you are first transitioning to being a new agent here, it can be a little confusing. And if you guys are feeling especially shy, which you don't have to, you're always allowed to ask me questions. But if you guys are feeling especially shy and you want to know what something is, but you're not quite sure, Kellerisms will break down every single term used in Keller Williams that is unlike anything you've heard before, and it will put it into real world terms for you. And I actually have a couple of those handouts here. So if you guys want them, let me know. They're right here. But a little bit further down, we also have Command. So Command, if you guys are unfamiliar, is our CRM here at Keller Williams. It was actually built by KW for KW, which is an amazing tool that our agents will use commonly. That's how you're going to be putting in your opportunities, getting paid, all those great things that are really important in real estate. So if you guys are having any trouble accessing or navigating through Command, obviously do talk to Jules and Leah, reach out to Scott Leroy. You guys have some options there. But if it's 3 a.m. and you're like, okay, well, I don't want to bother anybody. I just happen to be still up writing this offer. I'm confused about how I can put it into Command, anything like that. We do have answers.kw.com as a resource for you guys. And answers.kw.com is an entire web page of frequently asked questions about Command. So just, again, another avenue for you guys to explore if you guys are having any trouble, so that you've got some answers to your questions. There is also a sister website to answers.kw.com, and it's ideas.kw.com. And that's an entire website for you guys to share your suggestions on how to improve Command. So Keller Williams is constantly trying to create updates for Command to make it super seamless transition for you guys, very user friendly. So whether you're a veteran agent from another firm and you're coming over for the first time and experiencing Command, or if you're a brand new agent and you just want to see it be a little user friendly, you've got some suggestions. They want to hear from anyone and everyone. They do want to make sure it's just overarching, very user friendly and easy. So if you do experience any things that you see on Command and you're like, hey, this could be done better, you can absolutely share it on ideas.kw.com. Don't look for a response from me from that. That's an international website. So if you don't get a response right away from me saying, oh my gosh, I love this suggestion, I'll get right on that. It's not because nobody heard you. It's just because I'm not operating it. So I'm not going to email you right away. But they will be able to see those suggestions commonly. And then who knows, you may even see it get changed. A little bit further down here, we do have some Ignite material opportunity for you to download them, but there is an opportunity for you guys to purchase them physically in this office. You also can request an electronic PDF version. I'm happy to share that with you at any time. So there's, again, other avenues, the same information. A little bit further down, we do have our training calendar. So if you guys are looking for any of the training information or what's going on in the market center, this is a great way for you guys to find out. There is a much quicker and easier way for me to pull that information. So I'm going to show you that when the time comes. I won't bother you with trying to pull that up just yet, but I will be showing you guys that momentarily so you can see all that we've got going on. And a little bit further down here, we do have how to book conference rooms. So as an agent at Keller Williams, again, one of the resources that we provide you here is the access to our conference rooms. We've got about 6 or 7 different conference rooms in this on this floor right here, and they have different varying capacities. So you can reserve a conference room at any time that's 4 people up to, I believe, 10 people can fit into Susan George comfortably. So if you guys are ever doing client consultations, you're meeting your coach, anything like that, you guys are welcome to use those conference rooms. Again, this is a free opportunity for you guys. It just offers you some privacy so you guys can stay focused, but also have those conversations professionally. So we highly recommend utilizing the conference rooms. I think right now we do have it limited to 2 hours in a day, just because we want to make sure they're constantly on rotation for other agents. We do have a lot of you guys here. And anytime you guys can, or at any given time, you guys are always welcome to book those. And this spreadsheet, once you go to register, it'll ask you just to create a quick login, and you'll be able to see an overarching spreadsheet with every conference room, as well as the capacity, who's got it and when they've got it. It's as simple as dragging and dropping on that spreadsheet just to book one. If you guys experience any difficulty doing that, please just reach out to me because I am happy to assist you with that. I do have admin rights on that webpage, so I can go in and edit things for you if it's not letting you for any reason. So keep me in the loop if you're experiencing any trouble with booking conference rooms, and I'm happy to help. All right, I am going to take us just right back to that homepage. So that was all under our new agent button there, just because it's a good hub for you guys to start looking at right away. But a little bit further down on our homepage, if you were to continue scrolling, you'll see here that we do have all of our wonderful ladies on leadership, what their roles are here in the Market Center, as well as their contact information. So if you guys are looking for a face to the name, or you're looking for someone's email so you can reach out to them, this is a great, quick and easy way to find it. But again, I am always happy to share that with you as well. So feel free to reach out to me. I'm kind of your go-between, if you will. So if you're ever not sure who to reach out to about something, always come to me and I'm happy to get you connected. A little bit further down, Jules and Leah, our wonderful tech coordinators, will post these can't miss videos of the week. They'll update them every few weeks here just so you guys have new information, but they do break down some tech tips, whether it's showing you guys something for the first time or showing you in a more efficient way to do something maybe you've done several times already. There's a lot of value in what they're sharing there, and their videos typically are less than 10 minutes long, so it's a quick thing that you guys can watch at any time. A little bit further down, if you were to continue scrolling, this is our office calendar here. Another really easy way for you guys to do this is just to click on that office calendar tab, and it'll pull you right to this information here. But like I said, you will have the opportunity to see here on our calendar everything that we've got going on in the Market Center. So this is actually showing us November. If you guys wanted to start looking at December, since we are at the end of the month, you can just arrow over and it will show you all of December 2022. So any trainings that we've got already on the calendar will be here. You can click on any of these events and see immediately what it is. On Friday, we will be having an agent spotlight for Sharika Dyer. So she'll be coming in and it'll be a mastermind opportunity. You guys can come in and ask questions about how she got started and get to know her a little bit more. She'll be sharing her story, and Abby Wilson will be facilitating and asking her a few questions to kind of prompt the flow of the mastermind, so you guys can get some insight as to what she did when she first started out. So please, if that's already something that sounds like it's of interest to you, you can see here there are more details about who Sharika is, what her background was before getting into real estate. But if you would like, you guys can scroll a little bit further and you'll see registration links right there. So it's as simple as just clicking on the link and getting signed up to attend. You'll notice that some of our hybrid opportunities, you'll see there's an Eventbrite link and a Zoom link. So either whether you plan to come in person or virtually, you can use those appropriate links. There are some that you don't need to register in person for, and you'll notice on here that, for example, I will pull up, let's see, Sue's call time lead class. If you clicked on Sue's call time lead class, which is on Monday, you'll be able to see here that there's no registration required for in-person attendance. But if you did want to come in or to participate virtually, this is the Zoom link you can use. And you'll see that there are also some flyers attached as well. You guys are welcome to view those. And these are the information and the flyers I'll be circulating on Facebook as well as through office messages. So use this training calendar. Let that kind of be your guide, I think, initially, and look at everything on here. If there is anything that is of interest to you that you think would be useful for you and your business, go ahead and get signed up or plan to mark your calendar, plan to attend, because we would love to have you. And there's plenty to do here for sure. So like I said, get familiar with our calendar because there is so much going on in this Market Center at any given time. And it's a great way for you guys to get plugged in right away, gain a sense of community, and just get the ball rolling. I'll keep scrolling a little bit more. If you were to go right underneath our calendar, it does detail some of our recurring meetings and trainings that we offer, including BIC form classes, which happen every Thursday. It does kind of give you a little overview of when they will be and what they offer. So again, please, check out the calendar, come to as much as you'd like, as much as you've got the opportunity to show up for, because we would love to have you. Our forms classes are one of our few events that are offered exclusively virtually. So if you guys are ever planning to attend a forms class, those are done through Zoom only. Our BIC actually is the one who offers those trainings. She does them remotely for you so that you guys can hear all of her information and breakdown of the forms. She'll be doing it very, very very detailed. It's in chunks, so it kind of gives you an overview and gives you that confidence you need to feel comfortable with those forms. And she also will be, if there's ever any updates, I know that sometimes they do like to change those forms on you guys. And in those situations, she will have a class about those, and she'll give you all the information you need to know about the update. A little bit further down here is our wonderful broker in charge, Sabra, and our BIC associate, Tasha Viney. And here is a little bit more information about how you can contact both of them. If you guys are looking to, I always like to make this point here, just because it can be a little confusing. If you guys are ever looking to just ask an administrative question, as we like to refer to it, if it is a non-urgent question, like maybe getting your business card design approved, we recommend you actually reach out to Tasha and Sabra at kwbalentinbic@gmail.com. And the reason we do this is because both Tasha and Sabra have access to this email address. So it just increases your likelihood of hearing from them quicker. We prefer that you guys reach out to Sabra directly if maybe Tasha doesn't know the answer, but more so for legal purposes or for help, my hair's on fire, something's going wrong with my transaction. That's who you can reach out to directly. But their contact information is shared here. Tasha Viney is actually in office 3 days a week. So if you guys are ever looking to have some of those questions answered, she's going to be in the office, or her office hours are posted here for you. And she actually has an office right outside this door here by these high top tables. And anytime she's in here, she has the door wide open, so you know she's there. A little bit further down, we do have our wonderful ALC members, Yassine being one of them, who led Ignite today. But these are all of the amazing individuals that we've got here in our market center. Each of these individuals is part of the top 20% in our market center, and they have chosen to dedicate some of their time to representing different committees here at Ballantine. And their entire mission with that is trying to better Ballantine consistently. So if there's anything that you guys feel you would like to see that maybe you haven't noticed yet, as you guys get comfortable here, you're welcome to share these suggestions with our ALC members. You'll be able to see what committees they serve on, as well as their contact information. So it's as simple as sharing an email with them, but they also do committee meetings once a month as well. So you can even just reach out to say, hey, I would love to get to know a little bit more about what you do, what your committee does. Is there any way I could come to your next meeting? And they'll be happy to share all that information with you so you guys can get connected. But like I said, you guys are welcome to not only share suggestions, you guys are welcome to attend just to hear the conversations they're having. And you guys are also welcome to reach out to any of these individuals if you have interest in the committee, or if you just have a question. These people are all very, very helpful and very, very kind. And if you guys just pass them in the hallway and you had a question, they'd be happy to share their insight with you. All right, a little lower down are our productivity coaches. So here you'll see that we've got three productivity coaches. These are each of the individuals that make up one pillar of our KWB mentorship, as we like to look at it. So these individuals are all coaches here. As a coach, their job is to kind of help you individually strategize and goal set. So if you guys would say, I want to sell 50 houses in my first year of real estate, they're going to be super excited for you, and they're going to help you guys to reach those goals. They're not necessarily going to be coming on your appointments with you, but what they will be doing is they will have those opportunities. They'll do group coaching weekly. So you guys will be able to meet with all the coaching clients and your coach. And you guys can also schedule one-on-ones with them where you guys can have those conversations of what have you been doing and where are we at with our goal, and how can we maybe recalibrate and figure out a better method of achieving that goal if everything stays true and maybe we're a little behind. So these individuals are great to help you guys meet your goals. So please talk to them. They've got plenty of strategies. And I know right now the market is a little crazy. So these are all amazing individuals who've got some strategies to help you guys, even as new agents, to tackle that. So do take advantage of utilizing your coaches, because they've got so much great information to share with you guys. A little bit further down, our second pillar of mentorship here at KWB is our wonderful T group partners. These are all of the amazing people that make up that program. Your transaction group, or your T group partner, stands for transaction group partner. And those individuals are very, very, very familiar with the forms. So similar to Sabra, they will offer a weekly opportunity for you guys to come in and meet with them, whether that's through Zoom or online. We do have one who is exclusively in Zoom or through Zoom, but what you will do is you'll have the opportunity to go over some of those forms again in depth, and they do chunk it down for you guys, especially as they know that you guys are new to the forms. So they're going to just kind of go through step by step, and each week you'll talk about something different. But you guys are welcome to bring any questions you have to the table as well. And again, these individuals are great. We always recommend them as your first stopping point. So if you guys are having some difficulty in a transaction, or maybe you just have a question about what you need for a transaction, I would suggest reaching out to your T group partner first because they're likely to have an answer for you right away. And then if you don't hear from them, reach out to any of the partners. If you haven't heard from yours in a little bit, they're all very helpful and happy to answer questions for you. But you are also more than welcome to then turn obviously to Tasha or Sabra if you need to. Tasha is actually one of our T group partners because she's just so amazing. All right, a little bit further down, we also have our first step partners, and that is that third and final pillar of mentorship here at KWB. And your first step partners are very helpful for answering all questions Valentine specific. So if you guys are wondering where the mailroom is, maybe you forgot what I told you, and that's okay because I said it only one time. Or if maybe you're wondering, hey, how do I get my parking pass? Things like that. These individuals are great to talk to. They're also going to be touching base with you guys semi-regularly just to reach out and make sure that everything's going well for you, that the transition's been all right, to see if there's anything that they can do for you to offer assistance as you guys are getting comfortable here in the office. Carla Kettler is actually on staff here at Leadership, so she's one of our wonderful T group or our first step partners as well. I know Carrie Rabenowitz, for example, will call you every single Friday just to make sure everything's going well. If everything is going well, she will leave you alone. You don't even have to answer the call. She'll take that as a yes. If it's not, you guys are welcome to talk to her on the phone and just kind of talk about what's going on, and maybe she'll be able to provide some insight. And the next thing that's worth mentioning specifically about your first step partners is they will be sending you a 30, 60, 90 checklist. And that 30, 60, 90 checklist is going to be very helpful for you guys in your first 3 months here because it's going to break down, again, just an idea of what you can be working on. Things that you can be doing to help progress your business forward. Because again, as you guys are now, entrepreneurs, you have your own business, it's very open-ended. So that can be a little daunting at first. And we want to make sure that you guys have as much clarity and guidance as possible. So you do not have to, no one's grading you on the checklist. Nobody's going to make sure that you did everything on there. But if you guys are feeling a little lost and maybe you just want some sense of direction, reference that checklist because it'll give you some ideas of week 1, what can you be doing? Week 2, what can you be doing? Again, you don't have to stress about getting everything accomplished on that list, but in those feelings of not sure what to do next, that's a really great spot for you guys to look. All right, and towards the bottom here, you'll just see that we've got some helpful resources and links. So if you were to click on any of these, it'll take you to the web page. But obviously, this is a bit far to scroll just to get to that. So all of that information is shared with you here under helpful links as well. So it's a quick way for you guys to get access to Scott Leroy or Command, anything like that. The next tab I'm going to show you guys briefly is FAQs. So if you guys are experiencing a question and you're not quite sure who to reach out to, you guys are always welcome to reference this page here. It's not going to obviously cover every single question you could possibly have, but it'll give you an idea of what each of our leadership members do here. So if you have a question about your commission request, once you guys have a transaction underway, you can reach out to Lynn Davis. All you have to do is actually hover over with your mouse and it'll tell you who to reach out to and what their email is. If you guys have a question about a contract, you can call Sabra. If you guys have a question about Command, talk to Jules and Leah. Just again, a loose idea of who you guys can be reaching out to about different questions you may have. But again, if maybe your question is not on there and maybe you still are feeling uncertain about who to reach out to, always come to me because I'm happy to get you connected with who you need to be talking to. I'll either CC them on the email right there so you guys can immediately begin conversing, or I'll make sure that I get that answer back to you right away. All right, the next tab I'm going to show you guys is actually this on-demand training tab, and I like to show it to you guys because it's password protected. So the password for this will be a capital B, lowercase a, m, c, and then the number 350. So I'll write it quickly here on the board just so you've got it. But it's a capital B, lowercase a, m, c, and then 350. And that's how you guys can access anything in those password protected tabs, because the tab actually to the right of that will also have the same password. But we do that because we want to make sure that all of this information stays private. Obviously, you guys as agents can have access to it, but because this is an open web page, we like to privatize some of that. But if you were to go onto the left-hand side here under on-demand training, it will actually take you to what I was mentioning earlier, our KW Valentine YouTube channel. So any recordings that have been posted will be found here. And that's not for every training. I don't want you guys to get excited and be like, oh my gosh, I never have to go to the office, because we want you to be in the office. So if you guys are looking for team meetings, orientations, compliance orientation, forms classes, anything like that that you may have missed, this is a great spot for you guys to look. If you just couldn't make it to that one team meeting, that's okay because the recording will be posted here. Sometimes it can take me a week or two to update it. So if you're looking for anything specific that's not there, always email me. But this is where you guys can get access to any information that you may have missed. If you had a scheduling conflict, maybe you were showing a house, totally understand. And we want you guys to make sure that you're still in the loop on everything. So again, these are those office, our leadership run specific meetings. So those are going to be our recurring ones on the calendar. But again, a great spot for you guys to look if you guys are looking for that. And maybe some even dual career agents, if you just can't make it in, this is a great spot for you guys to look. On the right-hand side, very similar on command on demand. I apologize because a video may play very loudly in a moment and I will try and stop it. But it will take you to Scott Leroy's YouTube channel. And so Scott Leroy is also going to be posting a lot of those live training recordings. They'll also post just tech tips. So shorter videos that can range anywhere from a few minutes to up to an hour. But there's plenty of information here. It's not all related to command. Some of it's just tech tips in general. You'll notice that some of it is for command, but some of it's classes. You've got just digital marketing tips. So there's a lot of information on here for you guys as you're getting started and you're trying to get comfortable utilizing some of these resources. This is a great stopping point as well. If tutorials work really well for your learning style, I highly recommend you guys check out their YouTube channel. But I'll go ahead, I'm going to close out. But like I said, lots of great information here. All right. And then down here, we've just got a little bit more information about Ignite. If maybe you guys have any questions or want to know a little bit more about it, there's just a quick blurb about it there. But under office resources, this is the next one I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to hover over it rather than clicking momentarily because I do want to show you guys that advertising guidelines can be found here. Again, it's going to be password protected, but you guys have that password now. If anyone loses that password, email me, I'll get it to you. But advertising guidelines will break down, again, that legal side of what you guys need to have on there, especially as provisional brokers and things of that nature. So reference the advertising guidelines when you guys are sending out a flyer, when you guys are working on your business card, because that information will be shared there and it'll help you guys to have that guidance and clarity ahead of time. And hopefully you'll have everything squared away before you send it off to Sabra. But advertising guidelines is a great spot for you guys to get comfortable referencing. The next thing here is the do not call list. And I'll be honest, I am not an agent, so I only know so much about the do not call list, but I know it's very important. So I know with the do not call list, there's a lot of value in looking at that because there are people who do not want you to call them, unfortunately. So what you'll do is click on the do not call list. All of that information regarding what it is and the value to it is underneath that. If you were to click on it, I'm not going to bombard you with that today. But there's even steps there that are outlined for you guys on how to register so you know who's on the do not call list. It'll give you all that information there. But again, a very important thing to make sure that you guys pay attention to, just because that is something that if you do call the wrong person, you can be fined for it. And I don't want that to happen to anyone here. The next thing here is our forms and checklists. So I'll go ahead and click on forms and checklists. And so again, that's the same password. It's a capital B, lowercase AMC, and then 350. Under forms and checklists, I will actually show you guys this left-hand side rather than the right. If you guys are North Carolina licensed, you'll go on the left side. If it's a South Carolina form you're looking for, it'll be here on the right side under Get South Carolina Forms. But if you were just to click Get Forms under General Forms, it'll take you to a Google Drive folder that has all of our KW Valentine specific forms. And I say that way because not every contract or form or item that you will need is going to be found here. I know, for example, an offer to purchase is not going to be in here. But what you will see is that we've got addendums in here. We do have referral agreements in here. So anything that relates to us market center specific, this is where you guys can find those forms. Sabra developed this Google Drive folder herself because she figured that this was the easiest way to get you guys constant access to what you might need because she knew that these were commonly asked for forms and she doesn't want you guys to even have the hassle of having to reach out to someone. So they're all here for you guys. Again, if you guys are noticing that any form is not here that you're looking for, always check your DocuSign because there's plenty in your DocuSign. Another really great way for you guys to get plugged into your forms, go through your Canopy login. When you scroll down, you'll notice at the very bottom, there will be an option for zip forms. Zip forms will have all of these all of the offers of purchase, all of the forms for North and South Carolina. So go to Zip Forms if you guys need access to that, or through DocuSign. Again, these are going to be Valentine specific. You will need these at points in time, but I wanted to make sure that you at least knew where to find them. We'll go that way. So again, this is the North Carolina side. If you guys are looking for anything for a South Carolina transaction, you'll have to go through this button here. And then in the middle here, we do have some checklists that are also very helpful tools for you guys. So under here, you'll notice that we do have plenty of office checklists, and they reflect different transactions that you guys will go through, whether they're North or South Carolina, and depending on what side of the transaction you represent. But these are, again, a wonderful Google Drive folder put together by Sabra. She actually drafted all of these checklists herself. So these are designed by her to help you guys understand what will be asked of you during a given transaction, especially when you're first starting out. Because again, there's so many moving parts. There's a lot you guys are kind of have to remember, and she wants to make sure that you guys have an easier way to remember it. Because above all else, we want you guys to go in confident to each of your transactions. So if you guys are looking for a reference point of any of that information, please do check here. This is my first time doing a North Carolina listing, I don't know what to do. This will give you an idea of what you'll need, when you'll need it by, and all of that great information. So I always tell people, if you really are super, super nervous, print it off, put it in a folder. Maybe don't let your client see it, but just keep it with you on hand. You never know. But yes, please utilize all of these resources as often as you need to, because again, your confidence and your comfort is of the utmost importance to us. And we want to make sure that you feel good when you go into that transaction. A little bit further down, we do have access to the CE shop. That is another resource and partnership that we have here at KW Ballantyne. CE shop does a lot of pre-licensing, exam prep, and post-licensing information. They also do some continuing education as well. So if you guys click on the Find Classes button, what it will do is it'll take you to our dual branded website with the CE shop. And a part of our partnership actually is that we have some amazing deals that we get. So if you guys are looking to do any of your continuing education, maybe you are looking to get your South Carolina license, any of that or more, please do check here, because they are constantly having a promotion. I've seen them range anywhere from 20% to today we're actually doing 50%. So always check here, because they're always running some kind of deal that can be of value to you guys. And another really great thing that I always like to tell you guys about is, especially if you are venturing into, you want to do the reciprocity, you want to get a second license for a different state. I always suggest checking here, because they offer something that is very unique. If you've dabbled with the idea of whether or not you'd be successful at self-paced learning rather than an in-person class or a Zoom class, if you're curious whether or not that would work for you, you can do a free trial through the CE shop. So you can do a weeks-long trial of experiencing self-paced learning and kind of get a taste of what that would be like. If you feel like at the end of it, you loved it, you think you could continue on with it, they'll give you an opportunity to go ahead and purchase to continue on. But if you don't like it, you have no worries, no skin in the game. You can walk away scotch-free and you're all set. So there is plenty of opportunity there for you guys to kind of exercise different learning styles, figure out what works well for you, but plenty of information on here. And it's not specific to just North Carolina and South Carolina. CE Shop does plenty of states. So all you have to do is hover over each of these tabs and you'll be able to see all the states they offer. So maybe this is not where you're from originally, but you're from Virginia like me, but you want a Virginia license, you can do stuff like that through here. Under Agent Essentials, if this is the last thing I'll show you guys under here, I do like to show the Hot Topics tab here. And the reason I like to show that is actually because it is an entire library of blogs, ebooks, podcasts, and videos that you guys not only can get entertainment and information out of yourselves, but you're welcome to share it to your social media. Exactly. And I've heard that, again, I'm not an agent, but I have heard that it's very valuable for you guys to diversify what you're sharing on social media just to try and get more traction and traffic to your page. So again, these are opportunities for you guys to just copy and paste and put it on Facebook without even having to think about it. There are some that are purely informational that are of value, especially with the market doing all the things that it's doing right now. But there are also some really great articles in here that are just funny and they'll make you laugh. They can make a client laugh, future client laugh. They've got some DIY fails on here. I saw one towards Halloween time that was about how to sell a haunted house. So they come up with different creative stuff that you're welcome to share. But that's, again, all under the CE shop there. That doesn't cover everything that they offer. So please check it out if you're interested. But there's a lot to show. Yes. Yes, we do have another partnership with Superior, and that is a 30% off discount. I believe that is any pre-post licensing, any of that as well. And that's a constant 30% off. They don't fluctuate like CE Shop does. So if you'd rather go through Superior instead of CE Shop, that is absolutely fine. We do partner with them as well. And we have a specific link that you'll use to get access to that discount. So reach out to me if you guys are curious about that at all, because I'll happily get you plugged into that. And then we do have a Valentine floor plan here. So first couple weeks here, it's very confusing, I'm sure. So you can reference the floor plan as often as you like, but a little bit lower down, something you may reference a little more frequently is numbers to know. If you guys are going on to get that South Carolina license and you need our firm license number, that's where you can find that information. You can find that, our market center number, you've got BIC information. So if you guys are noticing there's a number requested of you that you've never heard of before, reference right here under office resources, because this is a good spot for you guys to try and find some of those numbers. If it's not there, you can reach out to me. I may or may not know it. I will probably direct you to Sabre at that point, but I can always get you guys connected myself. So always reach out. Like I said earlier, if you were to click on office calendar, that'll just pull you right to where you want to go. That's a super, super quick and easy way to get access to the office training calendar. The next little bit here, and I'm not going to click on everything because we are coming close to our time to wrap things up. But under tech resources, there are a couple things that I do like to point out. But you'll notice, again, a lot of this is repetitive, but it's another way for you guys to conveniently access some of the information you've already seen. We do have Marty Miller's for Teens, though, and that's one that I do like to show you guys. It's another YouTube channel. It's considered a 66-day challenge. And at the end of the 66 days, you'll have built up a completed marketing profile. So again, if you like the tutorial style and you like the idea of chunking things down because you're a little overwhelmed, which I would understand, then that's a really great way for you guys to build up that marketing profile in simple steps and no videos and more than 10 minutes any of the days. So it's a quick and easy way for you guys to slowly kind of piece that together. And at the end, you'll have a final product. The next thing I will show you guys here is under helpful links. We do have ALC meeting minutes are posted here. So if you guys ever, you can't make it to an ALC meeting, but you want to know the conversations they had, you want to know what they voted on in favor of Valentine, click on ALC meeting minutes. You'll have a Google Drive folder show you all of the documented minutes. So you'll know exactly what they talked about. We also have a prayer request form. So if you guys ever have anything going on in your personal lives that you would like to share with the Market Center so that we can be praying for you, we would be happy to do that. So please share that with us so that we are aware of what's going on. We also want to help you guys in any way that we can. So keep us in the loop on what's going on in your lives, because we take family very seriously and you guys are a part of our family. So please let us know what's going on in your lives so that we can assist you in any way. If you've got even somebody here that you know very closely that's got something going on, you can share that with us as well. And if you guys do want to really, really increase the size of that and really get a lot of prayer power, you can always tell us in your request, hey, if you guys could share this with the Market Center so I could get more prayer power, that'd be amazing. And we'll do that for you. We'll share it with the Market Center, but we obviously would not do that without your permission. So always let us know what's going on so we can just assist you guys in any way possible. Like I said, we take family very seriously and you guys are a part of our family. The next thing here is KW Perks. So as part of being a new agent and also self-employed, you've probably realized that insurance is now going to be an interesting story. So if you guys are trying to get insurance at all, KW Perks is a great place for you guys to look. It is through, I believe it's, I could be speaking out of turn, I guess. I'm not entirely certain of who it's through, but rather than shopping around on the marketplace, go through KW Perks just to see what they've got, because they'll allow you to shop some competitive opportunities. And the really great thing about it is on average, I believe it's 30 to 40% agents are saving going through them. So check out KW Perks. It's a website. Open enrollment is going on now, and I believe it ends December 15th or 16th. So if you guys are looking for insurance, that's a really good thing for you guys to start looking at now. A little bit further down, scheduling a conference room, you could do that again, easy access point, so you don't have to go through all the hoops to get to that information. But I will show you here, we do have strategic vendor partners. If you click on that, it will take you to a spreadsheet of all of our vetted vendor partners. So if maybe you did not join that Facebook page, or maybe I don't even have a Facebook, that's okay. there's a really great way for you guys to access all the same information. We do have all of our vendors here categorized by their industry and their field. So you'll be able to easily kind of sort through here. You'll be able to see who they work for, what our individual contact is, what their contact information is, and the services they offer. If they have a website, we've got that on here as well. So use this because it's a great way for you guys, again, just to get that rule of three suggestions for 3 different quotes for your clients. But there is plenty on here. Another really great thing to point out is you'll notice that some things like electrician right now, we've got nobody listed because actively we don't have any electricians as part of our vendor program, but we're always looking for suggestions. So if you guys do reach out to, hey, I worked with this person, I love them. Tell us about them because we would be happy to talk to them about joining our vendor program, and we'll get them right here on the spreadsheet so that agents will know to use them moving forward. So keep that in mind. Maybe a friend of yours is somebody that does landscaping or fencing. Tell us about them. Let us know that you think that they'd be great to fit for Valentine and we could have an awesome partnership together. Let us know because we would love to add them. So if you guys do have anybody you think would be a great fit for our vendor program, just reach out to Teresa in an email and say the name of who it is, and you guys they can get connected right away. All right, I will close out of that. Okay. And then we do have a few other things here, like Think Like a CEO podcast is a podcast done by Gary Keller himself, as well as Jay Papasan. So there's a lot of value in what they discuss as business owners, very successful business owners, I might add. But they do offer a lot of information. I know that there's a season that they dedicate purely to financial discussions. So check out any of this. If you are a podcast listener, this is a great one to do. We've got Keller Inc. here. So if maybe you come in and maybe we were out of MREA books today, which we do carry on hand, we're very seldomly out of, but maybe that did happen. Keller Inc. is another spot for you guys to purchase some of those Keller Williams materials. So do check out Keller Inc. at any time. And the last thing to note is Outfront Magazine is published regularly as a magazine. They are published monthly. But Outfront Magazine does something really cool that I like to tell you guys about. They do a big focus on social media, especially social media marketing. So if you guys are going to use that very heavily as a tool for your business, then I would highly recommend you look at Outfront Magazine because every month they will publish a calendar that gives you an idea of what you can be posting every single day. So if maybe it's just a rainy Tuesday or Wednesday and that you don't know anything special about today to talk about, or maybe you don't have any transactions underway that you want to talk about on there, do check out Outfront Magazine because, as I said, they just give you suggestions of different things to post. So you could have a post every single day of the year purely from reading what Outfront Magazine suggests. And the last thing to talk about is the I Need Tech Help button right here. If you guys are experiencing any difficulty with your technology, or you maybe just want to talk about how you can utilize it to the most efficient manner, or even maybe I built up my business so much and I'm so excited, but I just don't have time to send postcards anymore because I am too busy. You guys can click on this I Need Tech Help button. It will take you straight to Jules and Leah's calendar. So right now you'll see, because today is the last day of November, they don't have any opportunity in November, but you'll see right here that every single day that they are available, you can click on any of those dates and you can go ahead and drop right on their calendar for an appointment slot of free 30-minute consultation. Jules and Leah, as I mentioned, they are great with troubleshooting your technology. They are great with helping you to understand your technology. But as you do grow and you would like to leverage things out, they also do offer concierge marketing services. So they'll do some of that stuff for you. So have those conversations with them if that's something you're interested in, because they'd be happy to do that for you. But I can't guarantee, I don't know much about their packages beyond that. I can't speak to pricing. So that's a conversation you'll have to have with them. But they are phenomenal individuals, very knowledgeable, very sweet, very helpful. So again, if you guys are having any trouble, please do reach out to them. And it's as simple as just putting 30 minutes on their calendar. But other than that, I think that really kind of wraps up what we were going to talk about today through our Keller Williams or through our KW Valentine website, which again is kwbresources.com. Cynthia, I know that you jumped on a little bit later. So what I'm going to do is, this actually is a recorded meeting. So this is going to go onto a YouTube channel that we have, but I will also send you this recording so that you can catch those first few minutes in the beginning that you may have missed, just so you've got an overarching understanding of all the value that's here on this website. But other than that, are there any questions that you might have? I know it's a lot of information, and and that's okay. If you don't have a question, you can always digest the information. And then if a question comes up, you can always reach out to me. But I do feel bad because I know I word vomit. I just gave you so much and more. But if there are any questions, I would be happy to take them for you guys. Anything? The coaches? Mm-hmm. Yes, they do have group meetings. So I do not usually show them on the calendar just because they are exclusive to the coaching clients. So some of our top producers, for example, they're not obviously with either of those coaches. So it's because it's specific to our productivity coaching clients. I keep that off of the calendar because I don't want somebody who's not a part of the program to be taking advantage of those opportunities the same way. So what you can do is I would reach out to your coach directly. If it's, I think it's Miranda is what we figured out yesterday. So reach out to Miranda and ask her when her group coaching is. But I think Miranda is 12:30 to 1:30, and I could be speaking incorrectly. So don't hold me to that. But I think she's 12:30 to 1:30 every Tuesday. Yep. And she'll meet in the Susan George conference room, which is that big conference room to the left of the lobby. And she'll be in there with all of her coaching clients. So I would highly recommend just touch base with Miranda and she'll be able to give you that information. But I believe she's 12:30 to 1:30 on Tuesdays. Yep. Anything else? Mm-hmm. Yes, that would be a great thing that you guys can do with her or with both of them. Obviously for a logo, there's plenty of avenues you could go through, but an in-house one that I would highly recommend, at least just having that conversation, talk to Jules and Leah, because they do that actually. They help brand for a lot of our agents. So they're very, very helpful. And if nothing else, even if you don't end up picking a logo, you'll walk away with information that'll probably help you in deciding on a logo later on. But yes, schedule a 30-minute appointment with them. And I think there's even an opportunity when you do book the appointment, you can choose whether or not it's in the office or whether it's through Zoom, depending on your schedule. And you can also put a comment there that gives them some insight as to what you wanted to talk to them about so that they can come in as prepared as possible for you guys. And hopefully you don't catch them off guard with any questions. But yes, that would be a really great thing to bring to Jules and Leah. Yeah. Anything else? Not yet? Oh, okay. All right. I'm going to take that as a win. If you guys do come up with any questions, because like I said, that was a lot. So if you go home and you kind of walk yourself through the website and you're like, all right, I don't remember how she did that, shoot me an email because I will happily show you guys how to do it again, or I will send you a recording, whatever you guys need. I will be happy to answer those questions for you. Hi, Cynthia. Oh, I can't hear you. I think you're muted.
I said, I didn't even know I could do that. I'm technically.
Aha, now you're good. Hey, but you know what? You figured it out. I love it. What I will do for you, Cynthia, like I said, I'm going to send you this recording so you can catch those first few minutes, okay? Because I don't want you to have missed anything.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. But do you have any questions for me, Cynthia, based off of what you did catch?
So I did have one question. I don't know if it's relevant to what you shared with us, but the Ignite, is that a link that you can do on Zoom also?
So unfortunately, Ignite is offered exclusively in person right now. We had done it as Zoom in the past, and it just honestly, it didn't quite work the way we wanted it to. So we think it's best for you to come in person. So if you have an opportunity to do that, highly recommend you coming in person for those meetings, and you can see them here on this calendar anytime that Ignite is meeting. But and we'll start that up again in January. So if you wanted to wait and start up in January, we can do it in January.
Is there an Is there an order that you have to take them, or can I come in now? And
you can come in, you don't have to do them chronologically. You could come in tomorrow and you can get plugged in to, I believe tomorrow is session 14. So you can come in tomorrow for 14. You can finish out with session 20 for this round. And then in January, you can do 1 through 13 if you want to.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm happy to answer that for you. All righty. And Philippe, I will promise to sign this now. All right, so today is the 30th. So this that he's got here is actually a Ignite graduation checklist. So it gives you some suggested meetings that we encourage you guys to do as you're first starting out here. I was going to say, we do have several of them here in person. So thank you. All right. So let me get you one of these, and I'll also give you, Jillian, I'll give you the Kellerisms. Thank you, Philippe. You already knew it was helpful. All right, so these are some of the handouts that I can go ahead and hand to you. Of course. So the graduation checklist just gives you an idea of those things that we factor in for your graduation. But just again, just different trainings that we think are of value for you guys as you're first starting out that we think would really help you out. And you'll have every instructor just sign those initial right there and they'll date it for you. And then at the end, you'll have a completed list and it'll be great. I can be your first signature, of course. All right, so let me do that for you, of course. And Cynthia, when you come in, whether it's tomorrow, actually tomorrow I will be out of town. False. Sorry, I'll catch myself now. Tomorrow I will be out of town. I will be returning next week on Tuesday. So
Okay.
if you do start coming into Ignite as early as Tuesday, I will happily get you this sheet and sign it for you.
Okay.
But they will be here in the training room when you do arrive. If you come in tomorrow, they'll be here on the front table. You'll be able to
Okay.
grab anything that you need. And I will gladly do my signature for you on Tuesday, but you can start getting signatures as early as you'd like.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. All right. Let me do. Of course, I didn't bring a pen in here, so that was smart of me. All righty. All righty, guys, I will let you go back to your days. Thank you so much for being here today. And like I said, if you have any questions as you get comfortable moving forward, please reach out and I will happily answer any questions for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Miss Cynthia, I'm going to end the call and I will be sending you that recording shortly. Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. All righty. Hi.